most beautiful girl in the world was a brilliant inventor who changed our lives. Any girl can look glamorous, all she has to do is stand still and look stupid. So begins the new biopic bombshell, the Hedy Lamarr story. Lamarr, the author of that damning opening quote, is the 1940s Hollywood movie star who was once branded the most beautiful girl in the world. But Lamarr wasn't just a pretty face at Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studios, she also developed the groundbreaking idea that undergirds much of our 21st century communication systems. From GPS and Wi-Fi technology to the billion-dollar U.S. military satellites that are used to send secret messages to the president, Lamarr's frequency hopping technique makes our everyday movements possible. Our most cutting-edge technology was invented by a movie star when she was at the peak of her career, starring against Clark Gable and Spencer Tracy, with the help of Howard Hughes, bombshell director Alexandra Dean says. It's a juxtaposition that shouldn't be jarring. Beauty and brains do coexist. Why couldn't Lamarr be known as a gorgeous visage and equally celebrated for harvesting a creative intellect? After all, that's the truth. At the end of long days of production in the Hollywood Hills, Lamarr headed home to her inventing table to bubble new soda pop formulas, redesign airplane wings, and invent that new and secret way to communicate. I can't explain, I have an inventive mind, Lamarr says in the film. Inventions are easy for me to do. Lamarr's idea for frequency hopping is essentially the mother of modern encryption. The idea, born during the era of World War II radio-controlled torpedoes, was a way Lamarr hoped the U.S. Navy might better evade Nazi radio jammers. By quickly changing the frequency of a radio transmission and hopping around on different radio waves, communicators can create a unique pattern for their messages that only they are privy to. That way, if someone does try to intercept and jam their signal, they will only have access to the communication for a matter of seconds before the message hops frequencies again. Many were skeptical that Lamarr might have stolen the idea for the tech from her first husband, Friedrich Mandl, who manufactured munitions for Hitler, a claim that Lamarr denied until her death. I think it took a while for the world to catch up with Hedy Lamarr. I can say with confidence that she was 100 years ahead of her time, Dean says. And her bombshell film just wouldn't be the same without the journalists at Forbes. No, really, it was former Forbes reporter Fleming Meeks whose interview tapes for a May 1990 Forbes magazine story about Hedy Lamarr finally brought Lamarr's own voice to the documentary. She's able to tell the story of her life in her own words. Thanks to Meeks' tapes, the audience travels through the film guided by Lamarr's narration, from her beginnings in the progressive art circles of Vienna to her on-screen debut in a shockingly provocative Austrian film. Hedwig Hedy Kiesler meets a Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer executive in Vienna and follows him to the States where she becomes superstar Hedy Lamarr. In the end, Lamarr's infamous beauty became devastatingly crippling. As she aged, she embarked on many early experiments with plastic surgery and died a recluse who refused to be seen. The story is the first film from Dean's production company, Reframed Pictures. But Dean says this won't be the company's last effort to reframe women innovators like Lamarr. We're working on more stories about extraordinary women that will surprise you, Dean says. The film, financed in large part by the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, is just one piece of Sloan Vice President Doron Weber's 17-year crusade to introduce the public to Lamarr's story. There is this unbelievably brilliant, innovative, technological pioneer who arguably, you could argue, she shaped the 21st century, our century, as much as anyone, Weber says. Technology is invented by humans, and sometimes they look like Hedy Lamarr. And yet perhaps it's Lamarr's inventive spark, not her looks, that the long arc of history will remember. That thing you do that's pure you, that sometimes is how you make your mark, not all this ambition and striving, director Dean says. The film premiered at Tribeca Film Fest earlier this month and is set to be released on PBS American Masters in 2018. Executive producer Susan Sarandon is also pushing for the film to get a theatrical run, and right now she's stumping for Lamarr's story to be included at the Cannes Film Festival. Please note that this article is based on the website www.forbes.com. Thanks for watching and listening this video of our Shorts Beauty channel. We are very appreciative for your subscription and click the bell icon for more videos. Bye.